So, yeah. So thrilled to see all of these people in the room, so many familiar faces, activists, community members, teachers, everyone. I'm so glad that you're here tonight. Just on behalf of Team Garlock, we just want to thank everyone for taking the time just to be here tonight. You don't know what this means to us, and especially to Cindy, so thank you. We're so excited to be kicking off Cindy's race with all of you. So first, just want to thank Parlor City for having us tonight. And as always, if you're an elected official in the room, if you could just stand up and introduce yourselves to us, we'd love that. We've got Liz, Art, Rob, Tracy, Molly. All right. So it's come to my attention here that we have so many wonderful people in education here tonight. So if you were a teacher, you are a teacher, somehow affiliated with schools, you're a staff member, something, please just stand up so we can recognize you. That is awesome. So, as many of you know, our slogan is on the back of our shirts, but teachers make great leaders. So, thank you all. So speaking of great leaders, I would be remiss if I didn't just take a second just to tell you what I know about Cindy. I'm going to make it quick, but I've known... No. I've known Cindy since 2015. We got involved in politics together, and I didn't know her in a teaching capacity, unfortunately, but she's become one of my best friends and mentors and a huge activist in the area, and we all know her, love her. You know, Cindy doesn't just talk the talk or walk the walk. She runs. Literally. And she quite frankly brings all of us with her. So we're so happy. I know it's been years and years in the making of getting you to run for something. And here we are tonight, and I couldn't be more proud of you. So, couldn't think of a better person, the right time, the right role. Right? Okay, so I'm going to kick this over to Rose. We have a very important ask of all of you. Thank you so much to all of you who have already donated, but pass it over.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rose. If you don't know me, I'm one of the friends of Team Garlock, and I am here to ask you all to take out your checkbooks and make that donation to Cindy Garlock for Schools. We've already had a ton of support, and it's always amazing to have you guys come out and support us.
Does she have an Act Blue site too?
We have a donation site. If you go to garlockforschools.com, you can donate there. We also have we have a Square app thing here, so if you guys want to use a card, you didn't bring cash, you didn't bring a check, whatever, feel free to come up and we will get it all filled out for you too. Also, is there anyone in here who has ever knocked on doors? Wow, look at that! Yeah. At some point, we're going to need every single one of you to come out and knock on doors for Cindy. So, I hope you all check volunteer, and someone will be calling you soon.
All right, so if you can't tell, we're all just really, really excited tonight, but I am really excited to introduce our next speaker, a great friend of public education and labor, someone former president of the Iowa, I'm not going to mess this up, State Education Association. Yep. And I am just so thrilled that you're here. Thank you for being here on behalf of Cindy, on behalf of everyone. Thanks for all you do.
Are you kidding? I am so honored. My name is Tammy Morrow, and I was thinking back. I have known that Cindy Garlock has been for schools since I met her in 2005, when I was asking her to mentor new teachers in our district. And every time Cindy would say yes, I would say yes, because someone is going to have an amazing experience with Cindy as their mentor, as a new teacher. Then I would go back and say, Cindy, we need somebody to take a student teacher. Please, please, will you take some student teachers? teachers for us, because if you got placed with Cindy for either of those, you had an experience like no other, because Cindy has put students and our schools first for 33 years or so in the Cedar Rapids Community School District. Yeah, I think that's so as the leader of the association, Cindy was also a strong union member, and once she decided she was going to go different paths and not teach anymore, retire, she didn't retire, she took a different path. We begged and begged, Cindy, you gonna run for school board? Cindy, you gonna run for not now, because when Cindy does something, she does it 110%. She's not gonna say yes and then not do it well. So when I heard through the grapevine and then I contacted her that this was really a yes this time, I teared up, and I'm gonna do it now because this is the best thing that can happen to our school district. And I tell you what, we need 2 more half as good as her to run too. So if you know them, get them, hook them up with her, and we will make it happen. You guys are here, you're gonna help her get where she needs to be, to help our kids, to help our community. Cindy, thank you for running, and here you go, my friend.
Thanks, Tammy. That was beautiful, and thanks, Ashley and Rose. I think the best story that can be told from one of my students. So I'm really happy to have Erin Altoff here with us tonight. Who we don't want to give away any ages or anything, but was a student a while ago. And I'm going to let her speak, and then I, of course, will get to have the last word.
So as Cindy mentioned, I'm Erin Altoff. I am a proud 2003 grad. And not only was I lucky enough to have Cindy as my AP Bio teacher, but I also later went on to be a teacher myself. So I'm a proud teacher, and as I was going through my teacher education program, I was asked over and over and over again to reflect on the teachers that I've had and look for models, look for teachers who had really done it right. And I have to say, Cindy, you were all over my grad school coursework. So many models there, so many things that were available. So there are 4 things that I noticed both when I was a student and as a teacher that are just hallmarks of great education that Cindy taught me. The first one was rigor. So AP Bio is not a class that anyone takes to get an easy A. Like, it is a tough class, but that doesn't mean that students weren't successful in this class. And that was in a big part to Cindy, both being a content expert and really supporting students to hit a very challenging mark, which feels amazing when you know you're doing something hard and you feel like you're doing it well. So thank you for that. Another thing was diversity of voices. So as a woman in science, Cindy herself was a great model for myself and a lot of different classmates about what was available to achieve. And that's why it's important to have that diversity of voices, so that students, no matter what their background is, no matter where they're coming from, they can see themselves in all of these different roles. So one thing that Cindy taught me was about Rosalind Franklin. Yes. Have you guys heard of Rosalind Franklin? So Rosalind Franklin worked side by side with Watson and Crick to do the double helix, to discover the double helix structure, and many say that she actually did the brunt of the work, but she died of cancer before they were giving out Nobel Prizes, and so she has been forgotten to history, except for people like Ms. Garlock, who is telling us about them. And I must say, so I teach language arts, but every year I somehow find a way to explain to my students who Rosalind Franklin was. Probably the number one thing that as a teacher I'm most in awe of is the feedback that Cindy was able to get. Like, if you took a quiz, the next day she had a grade. If you wanted to know what your standing was in class, her grades were always up to date, and you could always have a conversation to figure out what you needed to do in order to figure it out. As a teacher, not easy. It takes a lot of time, and that shows just a level of dedication and passion to education, which is really impressive, in which I strive to emulate. It's incredible. And then the last thing is, of course, community. And I have to say, there are other people from that same classroom in this room tonight. So Cindy was able to build an incredible community, which here I am more than 15 years later with the honor of introducing my teacher, because she has kept us all close, She created an environment where we felt safe to learn, and she has maintained those far beyond the walls of the classroom. And I think these are the keys that you need to be a master educator, but I think these are the same qualities you need to be a good school board leader. You know, believing in rigor in the classroom, looking for a diversity of voices, giving and receiving feedback, and creating a robust community where people feel seen and valued and heard. So thank you for all of this, and I'm very, very proud to introduce Cindy Garlock for school board.
This is very overwhelming to me, and I hope I can get through this. Thank you, Ashley, for your words. Thank you, Rose. Thanks for your work on the campaign. I also want to thank my daughter, Elise, who is over here, who is the graphic genius for everything. Thanks to Tammy for her kind words, and Erin, thank you very much. There's no greater pride for a teacher than to see their students turn out well and to appreciate it. I don't know who he is. He follows me everywhere.
Sometimes she's not very nice.
I was going to save the best for last.
That's pretty good.
She's already been Anyway, thank you all for being here. I do really, really, truly appreciate it, and I am very overwhelmed. I love all the support that you're giving me. As has been said already, there have been a few people trying to talk me into things the last few years, and I just never felt like I was ready. I do feel right now like this is the right time for me to go back to my roots in education. I took a few years off after retirement to pursue other things in the community, which also has taught me a lot, a very lot, about how to use my voice and how to advocate for issues that we find are important. So I hope to combine those two things, my passion for education, my passion to promote issues that are important to all of us, and use it as a voice on the school board. So you folks in Cedar Rapids, I don't know who pays attention to the school board actually, so I don't know what you know or what you don't know. I'm running for an at-large seat. There are 2 at-large seats that will be up in the November election. Right now, I have one announced. Not an opponent, there's one other person running. We don't know if there will be more than the 2 of us or not. So we're planning our campaign like we're running against 20 people because we're in this to win. So it is the first time that the school board elections are combined with the municipal elections, so that adds a new wrinkle for us, trying to figure out who the voters are and where they are and how we reach them. So because it's an at-large position, as was already said, we're going to need some door knockers, phone callers. Yeah, my favorite thing. Yeah. So you'll likely be hearing from someone on the team. So the question really is, why did I choose right now after being out of education for 10 years? And I think in my heart, it's because I feel like Cedar Rapids education was always highly regarded around the country. And I'm very concerned about losing that standing. I know that we have great teachers. I know that we have great families. I know that we have great community support, and I want to make sure that we maintain that high standard of public education here in Cedar Rapids. So you know that there are some... This clearly is not going to be an easy job. There are clearly some issues facing the Cedar Rapids Community School District that will need to be addressed, and I'm ready to do that. We have a new superintendent to hire. We have facilities that need attention. We need to make sure that every single student that attends our school has a path to graduation. that we're not advocating more for some students than other students. So we have a lot of very critical issues, and as has been said, when I decide to do something, I decide to do it, and I'm going to give my all to this. That being said, I don't know everything. I've been out of education for 10 years. I need to educate myself about the most important issues to you and to your neighbors and to the folks who have kids in school. So as I go door knocking, I'm taking my lead from Art State, who's out there every single day knocking on doors and learning from the people in his community. And so please feel free to talk to me if you have some insight about public education. Public education has been my life, and you can count on me to keep fighting for funding. You can count on me to keep fighting for the teachers so that they're treated with respect and with dignity. We all know that the most important factor in a child's education is the person standing in the front of that room. So we need to earn the respect of the teachers as well as the community. So there's a long list, and I'd be happy to talk to all of you about all the issues. Again, I'm just really overwhelmed by the support that I'm seeing here. I appreciate it. I hope that I win, and I hope that I represent you all very well, and that we can make Cedar Rapids a place where everyone wants to live, because we have the best public schools in the country.